YTPC, Padre, coming to you via the virtual airwaves of YouTube to say, hey there, YouTube! How the heck are you doing? I hope you're doing well. In fact, I hope you are not only blessed, but you're finding more and more blessings that the Lord has in store for you. Count those blessings. Say them out loud in prayers of thanksgiving. I guarantee it's the fastest way to find more blessings to count. I know some folks have been checking on me, even a little worried about me, and I really appreciate that. I am fine. I have been away from social media of all sorts just because of busyness. People were checking in on me because of Hurricane Laura. Thank you very much. I really appreciate you checking to make sure I'm okay. I'm in Southeast Louisiana. We're fine. Southwest Louisiana, a whole different ball game, particularly pretty much west of like Lafayette and into the area of Lake Charles. Really, really bad. A devastating major hurricane that came through, done a ton of damage. There are some, unfortunately, not just loss of property, but loss of life associated with that. And that's been one of the things that's been keeping old Padre busy, working through ministry to try to bring about some relief to that area over here at the church. One of the things we did the first weekend after the storm was we held a community bottled water drive. And this was a success beyond anything we could have imagined in terms of the amount of water that we were able to collect. The reason we were taking in bottled water was that the infrastructure was so badly damaged in the Lake Charles area. Water towers were not working. The infrastructure itself that brings tap water in was compromised to the extent that there was fear that the water is contaminated. And even though the residents hadn't even yet kind of come back then, because the governor had put what's called a look and leave, where you can come in during the day to survey your property, but you've got to be out again by nightfall. So we were really trying to get good water in there, more for the folks who are on the ground doing the work of relief. Rescue, believe it or not, was still going on at that time, and unfortunately recovery. So that includes National Guardsmen, first responders, ministry partners and such. So we were getting water into them. Again, we collected more than we could have ever imagined here at the church just by putting the word out into the community. People were dropping it off. We were worried we were going to run out of room. We just did it on a Saturday and a Sunday. They sent the truck to pick it up on Sunday evening, and we had too much for the truck. So they sent another truck, and we still had too much. So Monday morning, they sent 2 more trucks. we still had too much. And by then, actually, as those trucks were heading out, they were getting word from the trucks that had gone the night before that it was kind of difficult at that point to navigate the roads into Lake Charles because there were trees down, there were power lines down. It's just in bad shape. And so we had 1 more truckload to get out there, and this is really cool. We were able to line up some private pilots in Baton Rouge. So that last truck that left only had to go as far as Baton Rouge. Get the water up the truck, get it loaded onto these airplanes. I mean, these aren't huge planes, right? So it took several of these to take all this water, get it loaded, the water loaded up into the airplanes that could fly directly into Lake Charles by landing in farm fields, flat farm fields, bypassing the roads and being able to get the water out. So it's crazy busy. And just, look, as someone who survived Hurricane Katrina 15 years ago, when somebody goes through a natural disaster like this, you feel for them and you want to help them. I've actually had a couple of people even reach out to me and ask if there's a particular way that they can be of assistance and help, even though they're in a far distant place. And if that is something that you feel so moved to do, let me know. Just if you leave me, just leave me a comment down below. or tell you what, use this. I have an email address. It's tellpadre, Tellpadrey, tellpadre@gmail.com. If you want to help, and you can, just shoot me an email there and I'll let you know. Let me just tell you basically where we are right now if you want to be of help, and I'm just going to be quick about that. We are now taking monetary donations and gift card donations. We're trying, because the residents are returning, we're trying to get stuff in their hands that they can spend. And so gift cards particular though, Walmart, Sam's, Walgreens, CVS, Home Depot, Lowe's. Those are the 6 that are kind of universal and people can use. You know, the Sam's is reopened. There's Lowe's and Walmart's in the area that they can get to, and Home Depots and such. So Walmart, Sam's, CVS, Walgreens, Home Depot, and Lowe's. I think I got it covered. It's 2 drugstores, 2 home improvements, 2 department stores, or something like that. Let me know. So if you want to send, like if you want to make a little donation, then we can use that and purchase the gift cards and get it in people's hands. This is not a bid to try and get support for that, but if you feel moved and that's something you can help with and you want to, just tell Padre at gmail.com. Let me know who you are, and you know, together we can do really big things. Hey, I wanted to share some stuff with you. This is a little long overdue on this first one. I ordered a pipe from a guy that you guys probably know. His name is Professor Walker, and Professor Walker has begun making his own pipes. And believe it or not, of all the pipes I own, and Lord knows I own too many, I did not have in my collection a Prince. And so he had some that he had made, and I said, I got to get one. And so I put an order in for it, and he was very quick to ship, very well priced. And I've yet to try this pipe out, but I cannot wait. I just wanted to reveal it to you, show it to you. It came in this nice little bag, and what a beauty this little pipe is. Not a huge bowl. This is good for, you know, smoke where you don't, maybe a little lunch break. You don't have a whole 45 minutes or an hour, but you got 20, 30 minutes. And I say, I look dapper with this Prince pipe from YTPC, Walker Pipe Company. That's Professor Walker, Law and Smoke. Great guy, and just so blessed. And maybe I shouldn't say this or do this, but I'm going to do it anyway because I want to thank him. I don't think he does this for everybody. I don't know, maybe I'm not so special, but he tossed in some tobacco. That's not all that unusual, but what he tossed in is something I've never had because it is not easy to get a hold of. Anything by this company is not easy to get a hold of, and it's Germain's. And this is one that is just really, really hard to get. Germain's Century, limited edition pipe tobacco, Cypress Latakia, dark Cabernet, Oriental, and Virginia tobaccos laced with rum and wine, cellared to age. He tossed that in there, and let me tell you, to find this, it probably cost, I don't know, almost as much as I paid him for the pipe. Sir, you are too kind. That was not necessary. Greatly appreciate it. I can't wait to try it. And a shout out to Professor Walker. Well done, sir. You're a great guy, and I can't wait to try this pipe as well. Now, I was also contacted by my friend Matt Harmon. Now, we had done a trade, I don't know, moons ago. And he was a big fan of, is a big fan of McClellan, I think it's M27, 3 cherries. And I think that's what I traded him for. I think I got some 2015 flake from him. And if that's the guy I got it from and I sent him 3 cherries, I came out the better of that deal. I wish I had had 2015 flake before McClellan shut down because I'd have bought all I could find. But at any rate, He's a very big fan of Three Cherries. He has been working diligently to attempt to replicate the blend. And he said, I want to send you a sample of it and see what you think. And so he was kind enough to do that. And I want to share with you that you can get your own taste of this as well. I'm going to tell you how. In fact, what I'm going to do is put some information up on the screen in a moment to tell you how to get in touch with the tobacconist that is putting this together. But his version of McClellan Three Cherries is called Kansas Sweet. And he sent me a big old pouch of it. And I got to tell you, the smell, the bag note, absolutely incredible. I've only had one bowl of this so far. I really want to give it several more tries in different types of bowls and such, but I'll tell you this much. It is very close, and I think what it is, what he's been able to replicate from the McClellan version is this is not your standard run-of-the-mill cherry blend, right? Number one, it's very cool smoking. Number two, this is going to sound a little snobby, but there was a sophisticated kind of flavor profile to Three Cherries that is not there, say, with Middleton, right, or Captain Black Cherry. And so it wasn't an artificial, overly cloying type of blend. It just was nice. And he has been spending, I think, over 2 years attempting from market available products to try and replicate it. What I can tell you is it's very close. Like I said, I want some more experience with it, but what he's been able to really do, I think, is get in that ballpark of that, again, not to sound snobby, but it's a sophisticated cherry blend. It's not the drugstore kind of cherry blend. So well done. Now, let me tell you what else he did. He sent some other stuff in here. This one is another one that he blended called Heartland. And this one, if I'm honest, I smelled all 4 bags and I said, I got to do this one first. And I did it, and it's lovely. And he said what he wanted to create was an aromatic that had still had a nice solid flavor to it. And that's exactly what he's come up with. And this is available on their website as well. 2 others that he sent. This is their #1 seller at the shop. It's also their oldest in-house blend, JML. To be honest, I haven't tried this one yet, but what's fascinating about this is it has some deer tongue in it. So I am interested. Can't wait to get to it. And I did have to try this one because the bag note on this, cookie dough. Oh my goodness. The bag note, whoa. Cookie dough. I mean, and it's a nice aromatic blend. The beauty of the 3 of the 4 that I've enjoyed, these are some of the coolest smoking aromatics I've just ever encountered. So I want to thank Matt for sending that over. The name of the company is Churchill's. It's in Topeka, Kansas, and I'm going to put the contact information up on the screen for you for real so that you can actually see it. You can also go to their website, and I don't know that the website is necessarily set up for sales, but what you can do is call them, and they'll certainly take your phone orders that way. And the website gives you a little bit of an idea of some of what they have. Matt runs their Instagram and Facebook and social media kinds of stuff, but I don't think he runs the website, and unfortunately the website doesn't seem to be as up to date. But what I can tell you is if you missed out or just miss McClellan's Three Cherries, I would highly recommend you give this Kansas City Sweet a try. Available at Churchill's, Topeka, Kansas. I also picked up some stuff semi-locally. I was blessed that my good buddy Mark VV took a pilgrimage over to the country Squire in Jackson, Mississippi, and while he was there, he picked up a few things that I have been hankering to have, including refilling my jar of Cowboy coffee. Let me tell you folks, if you like a good dark strong Kentucky Cowboy coffee, this is nice. This is such a smooth smoke. I would say that this is on the, maybe on flavor profile, a little lighter side of some of the dark strongs, but you still get that kick, which you got to be careful with. But it is just, it's so flavorful. It's wonderful with coffee, an incredible non-aromatic Cowboy coffee. So glad to be able to refill my jar with that. Also picked up an old standard Choctaw, not too different from Cherokee. If you go online at the Country Squire, you can see the differences between those two blends, although they're very close. I tend to prefer Choctaw just a little bit more. And then they've got two new ones. I don't know how new they are. They're new to me. I've never had them before. So I've been wanting to try both of these and got a couple of ounces of each. One is called By the Fire, which sounds like a wonderful sort of blend to have on hand as we head into the fall. And then this Tres Leches, which I don't know, what does that mean? 3 cheeses? No, Tres Leches. This is another wonderful, oh my goodness. The bag note on this is incredible, and I say that because it reminds me of a cheesecake. Oh, it's good, Tres Leches. But all of this is from the Country Squire, and then because he's such a great guy, let me show you what else Mark VV brought back for old Padre. And I got to find out, like, what's he want? What's he up to? This beautiful new Country Squire coffee mug. I mean, this is incredible. Ceramic, huge. It's got this this different kind of a ceramic bottom to it, which almost looks like a rope cloth type thing, but it's not. It's just a part of the baked ceramic, but it's got a pattern in it, and it's not glazed like the top part. So you get this smooth top that goes to your lips and this other kind of different feel to the bottom. It's so unique. Such a lovely coffee mug. And so just a shout out and a thank you to Mark VV for being so kind and thinking of old Padre when he took his pilgrimage over to Jackson, Mississippi to visit the Country Squire. And a shout out to the guys over at Country Squire, John David in particular, and just, you know, keep an eye out because we have not yet recorded or released the September edition of the BRTV Country Squire, I'll get it right, Middle Earth series, but we're due to do that shortly. So keep an eye out for that. Mark VV and I will be getting together and we'll hopefully have that coming out by next weekend. So if you haven't been over to BRTV or BriarReport.com, now's a good time to go over there and you know, pay Phil a little visit and let him know that you appreciate all he does for our community and that you appreciate his news aggregate site and his online magazine. And I guess we need to pay attention. Again, I've just been sort of busy. I got an email from Phil and I got to go back and reread it. But he's doing some things a little differently and are looking to do some things a little differently. And I know right now the BRTV guide, the first season of that has ended, so there's a little hiatus on that, but maybe he's going to do something different through email and such. So I would encourage you going over to brtv.org and see what's happening over there, because that's a great way to find out what's new in our little community. And you know, you can follow Phil on Twitter, Briar Report, at Briar Report on Twitter. He's on Instagram. He's all over the place. So yeah, hey, I'm going to go ahead and wrap it up. I've enjoyed a chance to chat with you today. I'm so thankful to my friends Mark VV, my friends Matt, my friend Professor Walker. I'm a blessed man, and I've got some good stuff. And as I prepare to head into the fall, I think I'm kind of set with some things that I can start trying to enjoy, including this Professor Walker Prince, this YTPC Prince pipe that I picked up from him. It's a beauty. And this wonderful Germain's 10th of century. So, hey, listen, I'm going to go ahead and sign off. Hope that whatever you're enjoying, whenever you're enjoying it, that it's bringing you wonderful pleasure, wonderful satisfaction, and a wonderful time. And I thank you for spending a little bit of time with me, Padre, wishing you and yours God's peace, grace, and blessings.